together holdest thy peace. At this time when our troubles increase, and shall enlargement and deliverance rise from another place, not from thine eyes. But who knoweth, who can see whether thou art come to the kingdom to be for such a time as this, child, for such a time as this. Thy father's house shall fade away, but God's deliverance finds its way. The crown you wear, the steps you take were made for now, for heaven's sake. But who knoweth, who can see whether thou art come to the kingdom to be for such a time as this, child, for such a time as this. Stand not back when the trumpet blows. He puts his chosen where he knows. You were made for this hour, made to rise. Esther, child, lift up thine eyes. And the king loved Esther above all the rest. She pleased him more, she stood the test. Grace and favor in his sight she won, and he set the royal crown upon. She found favor, she found grace in the king's eyes. In that place he made her queen above the rest. By God's hand she was blessed. No jewel or gold could outshine her name, chosen by purpose, not by fame. He took her in, let mercy reign for such a time through joy and pain. She found favor, she found grace in the king's eyes. In that place he made her queen above the rest. By God's hand she was blessed. She walked in soft, but heaven roared. She wore a crown the Lord restored. For when God lifts, no man denies. He sees the heart, not just the eyes. saw Mordecai stood not down. No bow, no fear, no trembling frown. He was full of wrath, heart burning wild. Darkness rising, vengeance stout. He was wroth, he was stirred by a silent man without a word. No kneeling, no pleasing, just truth in stride. How man's wrath began to rise. Pride don't take no humble seat. When power's hungry, it won't retreat. One man stood and shook his soul. He planned to burn the whole scroll. He was wroth, he was stirred by a silent man without a word. No kneeling, no pleasing, just truth in stride. How man's wrath began to rise. But the Lord, he sees all schemes behind the wrath, beneath the dreams. One man's stand will light the fight when God is near. He makes it right. Go gather all the Jews found in Shushan town. Fast for me 3 days, let the food go down. No drink, no bread, both night and day. I'll do the same before I pray. And so will I go into the King, though it's not cold, still I'll bring my soul to the line, my heart to the test. If I perish, I perish. Let God do the rest. No golden call, no royal light, but I must walk into that fight for my people. I will dare, even if death waits there. And so will I go into the King, though it's not cold, still I'll bring my soul to the line, my heart to the test. If I perish, I perish. Let God do the rest. Courage whispers with a quiet voice when fear and fate both give no choice. Faith walks in, dressed in grace, to the throne to face her place. And it was so when the king saw her stand, Queen Esther there with grace in hand. She found favor in his eyes that day, and the golden scepter pointed her way. He held it out, that golden line, mercy shone in royal sign. She drew near, she touched the rod, saved by favor, moved by God. She risked her life with silent grace, but heaven smiled upon her face, not by might nor royal code, but by the path where courage strode. He held it out, that golden line, mercy shone in royal sign. She drew near, she touched the rod, saved by favor, moved by God. Stays, the hand of God still makes a way. One step in faith, one silent plea, and kings bow down to God's decree. On that night, the king couldn't sleep. The silence deep, the shadows creep. So he called for the book, the records old, to hear the deeds the pages told. When sleep won't come, but purpose knocks, God turns hearts and opens locks. The hand unseen begins to write. It all began one sleepless night. He read of Mordecai in the scroll, who saved the king, yeah, got no gold, no honor paid, no glory sung, but heaven kept that deed unsung. When sleep won't come, but purpose knocks, God turns hearts and opens locks. The hand unseen begins to write. It all began one sleepless night. The Lord don't slumber, don't need rest. He moves through silence, knows what's best, while kings lie restless in their beds. God writes redemption in their head. When sleep won't come, but purpose knocks, God turns hearts and opens locks. The So they hanged a man on the tree. He built it high for Mordecai to see. But the snare he laid with pride so loud became his end before the crowd. He built the gallows tall and wide, planned another man to die, but God turned it in one night's time. Justice fell in rhythm and rhyme. No sword was drawn, no battle cry, just truth revealed and wicked lie. The king rose up, his wrath did swell, and judgment rang like a liberty bell. He built the gallows tall and wide, planned another man to die, but God turned it in one night's time. Justice fell in rhythm and rhyme. Dig a pit, it'll pull you in. Roll a stone, it'll crush your sin. When God moves, the proud will fall, and grace lifts up the lowly call. The Jews had light and gladness too, and joy and honor shining through. From sackcloth tears to royal grace, God turned the pain, redeemed the place. Joy and gladness, peace so deep, what was sown in tears we now reap. Light broke through the darkest fight. The Lord gave joy, the Lord gave light. Their mourning turned, their fear undone, a holy turn, a rising sun. No man could curse what God made right. His hand still moves, his truth still flies. Joy and gladness, peace so deep, what was sown in tears we now reap. Light broke through the darkest fight. The Lord gave joy, the Lord gave light. They waited long, but he was near. He wiped away each hidden fear. And when the scroll of wrath was sealed, grace broke in and wounds were healed. Now in the 12th month, on that sad day, When the king's word said Jews would pay, the tables turned, God's hand was near. Their foes would fall, their hearts would cheer. It was the turnaround, the shifting hour, when fear gave way to holy power. They stood to fight, they stood upright, and overcame by heaven's light. The enemy's hope to rule and strike, but God's decree don't bow to the light. The Jews had strength, the right to stand for justice, moved by the master's hand. It was the turnaround, the shifting hour, when fear gave way to holy power. They stood to fight, they stood upright, and overcame by heaven's light. The day of death became their shield, for what was cursed the Lord repealed. When man's decree said you must fall, God wrote a new song over all. As the days the Jews had rest from foes, a time of joy the Father chose. From sorrow turned to feasting light, the morning passed into delight. Turned their mourning to a good day. Sorrow fled and hope made way, a day to give, to send relief, to mark the end of pain and grief. They made them days of feasting strong, of sending gifts, of righting wrong. To friends, to kin, they shared the bread, for God had raised them from the dead. Turned their mourning to a good day. Sorrow fled and hope made way, a day to give, to send relief, to mark the end of pain and grief. What man decrees the Lord can change, what fear distorts he can arrange. From ashes deep he builds again, and turns our cries into amen. Turn their mourning